Cheers and welcome to Bitter Reality Brewing. Yeah, I'm brewing the collaboration. That's right. It says, yeah, it's got the Bitter Reality Brewing logo. And it's from iGulu. It is the farmhouse ale / Saison / farmhouse ale, whatever. And I'm gonna brew it twice. I'm gonna brew it on an F1 and then I'm gonna brew it on an S1. But I'm gonna do something a little different. Yeah, and it's not just with the kit. The kit has 3 options. That's right, 3 options without adding anything external. I know, you're thinking, what? So this is, like I said, if you haven't seen it, yeah, that's my face. Yeah, isn't that cool? Bitter Reality Brewing, yeah. So very cool kit, very simplistic. I worked with David on this and Freddie, and we figured out something that I wanted to keep it simple, but I wanted to give you a ton of options. I mean, I wanted this beer to be so customizable that the limitations are your own imagination. So, and if you're not sure what you want to brew, go ask your neighbors. They'll tell you what they want to drink and you can brew what they want to drink. Just saying. So let me break this open. It'll make more sense when I do that. You're going to need 116 ounces of water. You don't have a measuring cup? Get yourself some spring water and the measuring mark is right there. All good. Okay. I have another one here already open, so we're gonna just pop it open, dump it all out on the table. So you can see, and here's instructions if you wanna stop it and take a quick look. The instructions are flexible. That's right, everything's flexible. I just wanted this to be really creative and allow you to do what you wanna do. So, I know you're all sitting there thinking, he's crazy, he's insane, he doesn't know what he's talking about, unless you're a crazy home brewer like myself, and then you're like, yeah, let's go. Show me a little love, appreciate it. Like, subscribe. Okay, so first, this is the option that is kind of the standard. I mean, if you change this out, you're changing the whole kit. But, yeah, golden light, just a nice, simple barley, just like a Pilsner, you know what I'm saying? Just golden light, just perfect. You got 1 pound. That and the hops are really what I would say are a requirement because you want the bittering, you want a little aroma. You got your RFID in case you don't want to customize the way it ferments. You have, I know, Belgian yeast. Yes, we have Belgian yeast. Ah, yes, I'm very excited. Now you're thinking, what's the options in here? Well, the options are, you have 2 1-ounce packets of corn sugar. So you're going to be approximately at 4.6% ABV if all you do is add the dried extract. If you say, you know what? I'm tossing in 1 packet of corn sugar. Well, that's gonna kick you up to about maybe 5.1, 5.2. And then if you toss in the second, that's 2, which we're gonna do the golden light and we're gonna do both corn sugars. That'll put us up at 5.6%. It's not a high ABV, but for a light summer drinking, definitely gonna take the edge off. Then you have your, I'm just excited. You have a nice aromatic Hersbrucker, nice German Noble Pilsner type, or it's you see it in a lot of their Pilsners and other beers in Germany, but just a really good noble hop extract. And then you have your 15 IBU bittering, which is gonna give you 15 to 20 IBUs. I'm gonna change this up, okay? When I do the S1, I'm just gonna go basic, okay? Keep it basic, keep it light. I'll probably do the 4.6, maybe 5.2, and we're just gonna use water. But I decided to get really creative with the first one. And easy creative. Yeah, you're like, wait, that looks like tea. It is, but it's not caffeinated. If you wanna do chamomile tea, that's up to you. You can have a little alcohol, a little chamomile, knock people out. But this is not, I'm not gonna say that you can't buy this anywhere. I got it at a local, like almost like a flea market / market. I don't know what you call them nowadays, but it's like a thing where people bring all their crafts together and sell them. And this is a Blackberry Sage Oolong tea, or oolong. Yeah, really nice tea. It's got blackberry leaves, or raspberry leaves, raspberries, blackberries, oolong tea, and sage, which I'm pretty sure from what I saw is white sage. Yeah, I've been drinking that other, if you saw my other video about Saisons and farmhouse being underappreciated, yeah, I talked all about it. I mean, all about it. It was a white sage farmhouse ale. It was amazing. That's what I did. I used 14 teaspoons, 116 ounces. It's gonna be a little strong on there, but it's okay. There's no caffeine. It's just, the key is here is that you can add fruit during the fermentation. You can add fruit after the fermentation. Make sure you boil it, do something just to make sure. Yeah, you can back sweeten it with amaretti. It will restart the fermentation very slowly as an ale. Higher temp, it won't kick off right away, but it can. It just will over time. So there's different ways of doing it. If you wanted to do like a rubus vanilla, I did that with a pale ale, amazing. I was gonna do a hibiscus lime, but I ran out of lime, so it is what it is. We're going with a blackberry white sage oolong. It has some raspberry. We won't notice the raspberry. We're just gonna notice the blackberry. If you go over 7 or at 7 or above 7%, you know, let me know and I'll send you a link, but you're gonna need a floating dip tube, which is compatible with the iGulu kegs. Not a problem. The reason I say that is you're gonna get too much trouble in the bottom. So without further ado, let's just get going here, okay? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna show you this and I'm gonna zoom in a little so you can see everything going on. I don't want you to miss anything. Okay, so here we go. Golden light, okay? Nice and slow so you don't end up with a powdery mess. And like I said, some people like to shake this. I don't, because you end up with a bunch of the malt stuck to the bottom of your lid. And that's a problem. So I stir. You can stir it with the straw or AKA dip tube that comes with the system. Or you can use a really clean, that's the key, super clean spoon. Just saying, make sure it's clean. We got our corn sugar, might as well drop those in there real quick. And hey, these have little tabs on them too. Makes life really easy. Make sure your fingers are clean, your hands are clean, everything's clean. If you didn't clean everything, you're gonna have a problem. And I mean super clean. I've shown in a few of my videos, you can get one-step oxygen cleaner. That stuff does amazing. I really like it. I wish it was cheaper. You can use PBW and then finish with Star San. That's another option. So there's options. Now remember, PBW is not a one-step. You have to have something like a food-grade acid or something like that afterwards, which is what Star San is. The oxygen cleaner is a one-step cleaner. You know what I forgot? Usually I drop the hops in first, but that doesn't matter. That's what if you can drink beer, you can make beer with an iGulu. It's not a big deal. It's super, super simple. Not a big deal. You know, it's funny. I know it's Belgian, but the extract, if you can see it, yeah, it looks like that German Spätzle. Looks like German Spätzle. Just does. Just saying. If you don't know what Spätzle is, it's kind of like Germany's answer to mac and cheese noodles in America. I would prefer the Spätzle. I do a fair amount of pasta though. Okay, I'm dropping in the bittering and the aromatics. Remember, the bittering always has a little discolor. It's like a little darker. It's a more of a resiny color. It's not a problem. That's very normal. It's supposed to be that way. Okay, we have the yeast, but I'm not putting the yeast in yet because I want to stir it up. Okay, let's see how I do with the spoon. If not, I cleaned the straw dip tube. Otherwise, I have a spoon. It is a dip tube, but it looks like a straw, so I call it a straw all the time. What I did with the tea is I just basically got it up to right at 200 degrees, actually probably 195. I dumped in all the tea, stirred it up, and let it sit there for 4 minutes, and I stirred it about every 1 minute, just a little, just to make sure it was maximizing everything. Then I strained it out, chilled it down, and I was ready to go. I see clumps and I feel them, so give me a second here, guys. Okay, you see me stirring it up like that? Okay, that's getting all kinds of air into suspension, and some of that air is oxygen. Yeah, yeast doesn't need oxygen to do its job, but to repopulate, it loves oxygen, which will get us a nice healthy fermentation, and everything will go just beautiful that way. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on here, since that way it reduces how much I touch this thing. This is the yeast. Like I said, it's a Belgian type yeast. And this is the RFID, just in case you haven't seen it. Yeah. 0.07 ounce or 2 grams. It's amazing how little of the yeast you need. Okay, I'm gonna use a razor blade because this thing is not tearing. Foil's a little tight. Okay, and then just sprinkle it across the top. Just nice. Don't let it clump. You know what I mean? Maybe you're gonna clump a little, but that's okay. Just spread it out as much as you can. That's it. I know you're like, what do you mean that's it? That's it. So now I put this in here. Push down, get it nice and tight. Put your clamp on. The clamp is going to protect you because as it starts to ferment, it's going to build pressure and that piece is going to go up, the lid is, and this is going to keep it from popping. And you won't be able to remove this until you release the pressure from this. But it's not a big deal because what? We're going to ferment and serve in the iGulu. So no big deal, all good. So let me get you over there. Okay, you don't have to put the liquid hose on right away. I'm not going to. I'm just going to simply open this. I'm going to set it in here. I do recommend taking the air hose and putting that on there. That way it helps with monitoring the pressure. That's a good thing. If the pressure gets kind of crazy and you have one of the older systems, you can release a little bit of the pressure. There was a little pressure in there already. So I'm going to go ahead, put the lid on. Move that out of the way. Bring this over here so you can see it a little better. I'm going to take the RFID. I'm going to rub it over here. I can't read it. You can. It says Belgian Saison. We say next. It says 6 days at 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 2 days at 36, and then it's just going to keep it at around 36 as a cold crash. So I'm going to say brew. And there we go. It's going to warm it up. And the fermentation will kick off and we'll be set. And in about 8 to 10 days, we're going to be drinking a, yes, Blackberry Sage farmhouse, Saison, whatever you want to call it, at around 5.6% ABV. I'm excited. Show me some love. Definitely appreciate it. Let me know, what's your favorite Saison? Is it just a nice Saison DuPont, or is it something with maybe, like I used to do raspberry ginger all the time that people used to literally bribe me for? Hey, huge thank you to iGulu. Huge thank you to all the viewers out there, subscribers. We're hitting 10K this year, easy, no big deal. Definitely appreciate everybody, appreciate the time. Next video, we'll be taste testing it. Appreciate you. Cheers.